Most people use ChatGPT to answer questions, but they're barely scratching the surface of what it can do and how to really take advantage of it. So in this video, I'm going to share with you tips that are going to help you do more with ChatGPT, such as organizing your chats, how to customize it, taking advantage of voice, help with work, research, and more. I use ChatGPT to create these videos, and I'll explain how. I use it for tech support and more. So all these tips anyone can use. You'll be a power user by the time you're done with this. So let's dive in. Now, as I go through these tips, I'll give some examples of how you can use it and show you some demos for some of them. For this video, I'm going to use the web version because it has the most options. For example, on the Mac version, there is no voice option and you have less options over here on the side. One of the first tips that I really like is creating projects. If you are just using ChatGPT and asking questions as they pop up, you'll have this long list of questions that you could see on the side in conversations. Now, if you create a project, you can organize those different questions and research and all that stuff into folders. What's nice about creating projects is anything you do within a project, it's going to hold the context of whatever's happening in there. So for example, when I am making YouTube videos, I have my YouTube video project. And now it can pull information and kind of understand my process in making videos. You can also give specific directions within that project. For example, I have a tech support project that if I have tech questions, I've told it in the first conversation that anything I ask within this project, I want to have concise answers. I want them catered to the advanced tech user. I don't want any fluff. I like my answers in bullet points, short and concise, and I just give it my preferences within that folder. Now, as I want to get help with different items, I just ask the question within there. You can also take existing conversations and move them into projects. I have projects for YouTube, tech support, investing, and a home folder, so anything related to the house. Now, you can make them for trip planning, school, work, anything you want. Now, to create a project, go over to the side, hit the plus button, and name your project. Now, to use the project, you just click on the project, you start a new conversation, or you can continue an existing conversation. Next tip that I like is creating canvases. I'm getting ready to write an email to the cable company to express frustration, and I'm saying make it a canvas. Now it's writing that email for me, and you can see it's in this block. And once it gets finished with that, I could click edit. And now it's going to show my request on the side, its response, and show me the email. Let's change it. Show more frustration. And then it's going to rewrite it over here on the side, update it with more frustration. And then if I want to type something on it, I can always click over here. Once it's finished, I could click on the canvas and type former customer and make any other changes I want. Maybe I don't want this whole paragraph in there. I can delete it. I can get rid of this list, delete it. And I could tell to change its tone, make it funny and sarcastic. And now it's going to rewrite it again in a funny, sarcastic way. So I'm not going to read all this, but that's an example of how to make a canvas and edit it. Next tip is using voice. Instead of typing in everything, just speak to ChatGPT and then have the responses spoken back to you. And this could be better when just going back and forth and trying to learn something or research something. I want to give people some examples of why they should start using AI.
A few solid examples could be, first, AI saves time. For instance, AI can automate tedious tasks like sorting emails or transcribing meetings. Second, it boosts creativity. Think AI tools that help brainstorm ideas or generate artwork. Third, it personalizes experiences, like AI-driven recommendations that get to know what you actually want. Each of these shows people how AI isn't just tech hype, it's practical.
Now, my wife hates using tech. What would be the best one of those to get her to start using it?
I'd lean toward time saving. If you show her something AI does that actually takes a boring task off her plate, like automating grocery lists, managing schedules, or even helping with chores, she's more likely to think, okay, this tech is actually useful rather than just another gadget.
I find it very useful, especially for this next tip. This next tip will really help you get more out of ChatGPT. It's creating a master prompt. And what this is a document that you can upload to ChatGPT or into a project so it knows your preferences. So what I did for my YouTube folder is I asked ChatGPT to create a master prompt. I included information about my YouTube channel, topics I cover, my experience, what kind of videos I wanted to make. Then I asked ChatGPT to ask me any questions that would help in creating a master prompt. Voice helps a lot, especially in the back and forth questions and answers. Let's create one for my tech support folder. I want to create a master prompt for when I have tech questions. And in that master prompt, I want you to remember that I am a pretty advanced tech guy. I like things short and concise, and bullet points is great. I don't want the beginner answer to things because I probably have tried it, but don't leave any important information out, and definitely check your sources. Now, what additional information do you need from me to make this master prompt?
I've got the gist of your preferences. To refine the master prompt, I'd love to know a few more details. First, do you want me to reference any particular sources you trust, like The Verge, 9to5Mac, or official documentation? Second, do you have any specific format preferences in how you'd like answers structured beyond bullet points? And third, how deep do you want me to go on troubleshooting? Should I suggest advanced diagnostics or just outline options? Once I have that, I can craft something solid.
When it comes to Apple questions, I would like for you to go to 9to5Mac, Mac Rumors. The Verge is fine. For specific format preferences, just to the point, concise. And third, give me advanced diagnostic options, and so that I have step-by-step instructions.
Perfect. With that in mind, I'll be sure to build your master prompt around trusted sources, tight bullet point clarity, and a deep troubleshooting toolkit. When you ask for help, we'll get straight to advanced solutions, step by step, and no fluff. Let's make tech troubleshooting smoother.
Now show me that master prompt.
Sure. Here's a structured version you can easily copy. Master prompt tech troubleshooting advanced. 1. Scope of questions. I am an advanced tech user, so skip beginner level advice. Focus on concise bullet point answers, no fluff. For Apple-related questions, check 9to5Mac, Mac Rumors, and The Verge. If sources aren't clear, verify them. Response style, provide advanced diagnostics when troubleshooting, step-by-step, deeper technical insights, and possible advanced tools or commands. Always include key information, even if it's something I may know. No important steps left out. Structure example, problem restatement, brief, key potential causes if applicable, advanced steps. 1. Step-by-step instructions. 2. Tools, commands if relevant. 3. Outcomes to check for. Alternative solutions if the main approach fails. Copy that structure and you're good to go.
Now I can just copy that and put it and save it as a PDF. I can take that master prompt, put it into my project, and say in the conversation that reference this master prompt with any conversation that we have. Next tip is to build templates for repeating tasks. You can create a travel template and put different things you want to pack, different things to consider. You know, book transportation, you know, arrange parking, what items you need to bring. All that stuff you can include and say, create a template, so you could go in and you could add items to that. And then as you think of stuff, what other things should I consider when planning a trip? And please add it to the canvas or the list, whatever you call it. And you can get information from ChatGPT. You could use it for things like meal planning. I want to plan meals for the next week, create a template for doing that. What kind of information would help with that? Lean on ChatGPT to give you some suggestions, which leads me to the next tip. It's using ChatGPT as a research assistant. I will ask ChatGPT when I'm creating my video outlines to include any information that I haven't thought of already. And it sparks ideas of things to cover in the video that I wouldn't have thought of. From there, I'll also ask ChatGPT to show me sources. That way, it includes in the canvas, in the outline, sources that I could click on. I could double check information. You could tell ChatGPT, double check everything you say. Don't get lazy, because sometimes ChatGPT will get lazy. So you need to tell it to check multiple sources to make sure all information is correct. Let's say you're reading an article that has some great stuff in there. You can copy that article and paste it into ChatGPT and tell it to start off by saying, take this article and create a bullet point list of all the most important items to know. Using ChatGPT to explain things you might not understand is great. You can say, to explain quantum computing to me as someone who knows nothing about physics and I'm 10 years old. And it'll get the concepts there where you can understand it. Next tip, one of my favorites, is use it for tech support. There are things that you can go online, you can try to figure out how to reset a device and read different articles and go down a rabbit hole and still not find what you're looking for. I will just go to ChatGPT and tell me how to reset this specific device. Or in the case of my clothes washer, it was acting up. I asked how to diagnose it. This is the model number. This is the issue I'm having. It told me how to get into the diagnostic. I was able to narrow down the issue. Gave me stuff I wouldn't even thought about. One of the ones that was very helpful is I made a projector video, and a lot of people who make a video on laser projectors get this rolling color thing that looks really crappy. So I asked ChatGPT, what are the settings that I can use on my Sony A6400 camera that will give me an accurate picture? With my iPhone, I am seeing rolling bars going through. The colors aren't accurate. How can I fix that on my camera? And it told me exactly the settings I needed to do that would make the colors accurate. To the point that the client asked me, what did you do to make your video footage look so good? Definitely try it when you need some tech support. It will help a lot. Next tip is using ChatGPT to help you build routines. You need to start working out. I'm a beginner who hasn't worked out in way too long. I am a little overweight. What would be a good weightlifting routine that I could start? Then ask ChatGPT to show you its sources. That way it's not just making up crap. Go verify, click on the link and see that the information's good. This can help you with workflows and other areas that you can use a regular routine. There you go. There's some tips going to help you become a power user with ChatGPT. Let us know in the comment section if you have a favorite tip that you're going to see is useful for you. And if you made it this far, please consider subscribing and giving this video a like. Also, for exclusive content, think about becoming a channel member. Thanks for watching. Bye.